Hello, everybody. We are at the party tonight, and so I am um, here with Jena Collins, who is the mother cover lover, who is the one who designed this wonderful beauty that I'm holding in my hand. And so tonight we're going to talk about her design process and some of the interaction that went back and forth between us. And Jena and I know each other very well, so there's apt to be some laughing and some childish behavior, so just hold on. All right, Jena, do you want to start talking about the design?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll start off by, let's see. Brandy contacted me about doing the design. Gosh, it feels like ages ago. And thankfully, I was very well versed in your book because I had been reading it for quite some time. So right off the bat, when you contacted me, I called you and we just started brainstorming. And we started pulling out elements that we thought we would like. And then that led to coming up with a few mock options. And one of those beautiful debate going on with your mock options, which, and we could go through that debate again, was to do a dramatic beach scene or to not. So I had done a few options, and one of the last options, I mean, literally, it was stick figures. I was like, here's your option. Color is like this beautiful chili color, and it screams beach, and we could do the race car and everything else. Or we can go beach and go moody and dramatic with the deep blues and oranges that you like. And then we had a huge debate on the phone about that because you're really torn. You're really torn on that. And I remember saying, how many beach cover books are out there? I was like, we got a chance. It's YA. We can be vibrant. We can really make this pop and unique, or we can go beach.
Yeah. And then she added my bottle cap.
Yeah,
and then that was it. That was it.
And so some of the things, okay, so I'm gonna laugh because I'm gonna hold up the cover. I have it on my slide too, and I'm gonna laugh because she told me I don't like pink.
I did say that.
I don't like yellow.
I did say that. Yes.
And so I was like, well, I do know the only thing she likes is the car, her characters, and the font. And thankfully, we actually found the font before ever designing your book cover because I stumbled upon it while we were getting things ready with doing a few things on your website. And so that was really cool. That was really, really cool.
Same font on my website, actually, because I love it so much.
Yeah. And so what's really funny is this is where you're going to have to, like, I always tell people, trust your designer, trust them, because sometimes they're going to present things that you said, I hate that. And then they're present it in a way that you didn't think about. And then they're like, oh, I really like it. It's kind of like when you get that color at the store and you go to paint it on your wall and you either really regretted it or not. And you need the professional person that needed to know the color to get it right. So, but no, that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun coming up with it. I know she says
that now. She didn't have a lot of fun when I was like, I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this.
So here's the one thing.
She's being very gracious to me.
Everybody has their I don't like moments. The only parts that we could say is when I was designing, there were very indecisive moments. There was like, I don't know. I really like everything. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you everything you don't want, and we're going to whittle it down from there.
Yeah. And it worked beautifully.
It did. It worked beautifully. And it was really a great collaboration because I wouldn't have been able to get details exactly the way she wanted it if she hadn't gone out and gotten done her homework. I call it homework because sometimes I give my authors homework. And so she had her homework already ready to go because she knew exactly what she wanted. She knew the car, and she, and then we discussed the silhouettes, which that's going to be like a little fun fact. Fun fact here, the silhouettes are her kids. Yep. And so well, can I say their names?
Yeah, you can say their names.
Okay.
That's
Mad Dog. Yeah, I was going to say Mad Dog. There's Mad Dog.
Yeah, we call him Mad Dog.
And then her daughter, Hayden. And it was really fun. So she gave me all the pictures that I needed. And of course, I didn't go splash them on the web. That's all private information. And we came up with everything. And so, and if you go, yeah, is that car hand painted? Yes, it's hand painted. It's hand drawn. Everything on there is, you know, I looked at a photo to get a reference of how it looked from the front and then went from there. So everything's hand done on here. Interesting other little fact is that on the character that we use for that we use Hayden for, first we had her actually drinking the bottle, and I started working with it, and I said, she's drinking the bottle on a YA cover. Does she look like she's getting drunk?
Yeah, especially because originally it was also a ginger ale, which is the same color as a beer.
Yeah.
Which is why Jenna went ahead and put that pop of pink in there, just to let everyone know that she's not drinking and driving. So
no, she's not drinking and driving. And so,
it's one of those things that you have to think about, though, especially on a YA cover, because if it can be misconstrued, you definitely do not want it to be misconstrued. So,
no.
And I caught that like right off the bat because, yeah, in that original one, she was taking a
sipping
sip
on it. She was doing, you know. And yeah, I was like, it looks good, but hey, mama, can I get this book with this girl standing next to the car having a hot moment? And I'm like, no, yeah, that might not go good. Yeah. That might not go over very well. But no, there's a lot of fun elements on here. Of course, this one doesn't have the pretty Kirkus because I got ones before the Kirkus came in. And so a lot of you that pre-ordered and already have them, you can actually look at your covers too while we're going through this. So let's talk about some fun details. So do you have any details that you want to talk about right quick?
Well, I can start with my favorite one, and then I'll let you talk about all the Easter eggs you hid throughout, because there are lots of Easter eggs, which I think is really cool. But of course, I already mentioned my bottle cap, and this is comes straight from the first chapter, which I will do a reading that will be on later tonight at the party. And it is the top of a Blenheim Hot. So that's a very South Carolina thing that's hidden in there. Blenheim Ginger Ale is made in South Carolina. It's our tradition every year when we go to Edisto to stop and get one. And if you get the one with the pink top, it's a little bit different than the other ones because it is that full-on ginger spice. So and on their website they call it a firecracker, and CJ even says that. I think I just swallowed a firecracker because it's extremely hot. Like Gina and I will sweat when we're drinking it. So that's in the first chapter. Yeah, so Jenna like incorporated that, and I loved it. That bottle cap was just perfect. Okay,
so let's go through the other little Easter eggs. Yeah, I like the bottle cap. All right, so let's go through the other little Easter eggs. Sorry, you got to get it right in the first recording. It's a little hard. Okay, so for those of you that have your books, if you look really, really close into the car grill, usually where the car name is, I have it, and it says Ramsey Racing, which is AKA straight from the book. If you even go into the keychain, it's again gonna say the Ramsey for the racing. So it's specific, very, very specific. Even now, I couldn't put the name of the bottle on there because I mean that's copyright hell right there. Now, if we flip over to the back, nice little Easter egg. So, Brainy was so attached to this beach scene, and I kind of felt like I crushed, a part of your heart when I was like, "Don't go beach, don't go beach," and because I was like, "Dude, do you know how many beach books there are out there?" And
she's right. There's a ton.
So I was like, we're YA. Like, there's always emotion in YA, but on the outside, it looks like it's bright and happy, and then you get in the inside, it's tears. Okay. But so if you look on the back, there's this beautiful, and I'm going to try and zoom it in on my camera side here. Beautiful little sunset beach scene going on. And yes, that's all hand painted. I looked at a picture for reference, and then I added in the characters. And if you look in the clouds, it says CJ and Jeff. It's like that swoony moment where you just feel the little hearts beating in your chest because you have them. But no, it was those are some great little Easter eggs we hid in there.
And I always
again,
thought that this rounded design too looked a lot like the gauges, you know, on the inside of the race car. Like I think it really brought that forward. And then the orange sunset, you know, being the same color as his car. And then I had someone tell me, oh my gosh, that looks exactly like the side mirror, like, you know, like the whole reflection element. And I was like, ooh.
And here's the funny thing, I did not plan that. I did not plan that. It just happened. That's the great thing with art. Like people are like, oh, you know, okay, well, everybody gets a questionnaire. Everybody answers a questionnaire. Depending on how much detail there is in the questionnaire, I know where to go. Sometimes I don't know where to go and I ask authors for homework. And I'm like, okay, put your boots on. You need to go out and you need to search your genre and we got to pin down what you like, what you don't like, and go from there. And you know,
sometimes you don't know what you actually like.
Yeah, you don't know what you want. And sometimes you just need a little help. But no,
sometimes
you know what you
think
wanted.
You like something and your designer is like, no, I'm not doing that.
That is true. That is very true. Well, you know, you're there for a reason. You're there to save for those bad mistakes.
Exactly. Because you know better than I do. I'm like, ooh, I like this. And Jenna's like, no, that's not going to work.
Yeah. Well, what was it? He's like, the first
soda
idea,
bottle.
Let's talk about the soda bottle. Here we go. Well, we were actually brainstorming a different cover here a few days ago because we bounce ideas off of each other a lot because we're creative thinkers. And she was like, I want to have a soda bottle pouring out with the beach scene on it. And then we got to figure out how to put the words in. And then we got to do this and that. And I was like, damn, we need to back up. We need to back up because this is about to be a hot mess. And so I threw something together and I showed it to you and I was like, look, this is what it's going to look like. But the problem is your font's not the focus, you know, not the font, the title, excuse me, and the artwork is. And yeah, there's a lot of books out there that have great artwork, but here's the point. You always will get the title. Title is number one, and I don't think people understand that. It's like, because when you're sitting on a bookshelf, the artwork and the colors entice you. The title is the second thing you're going to look at, and then you put in all the cookie crumbs, the tagline, you know, the author name. Ooh, do I want to flip it over? Let's even look at the spine. It's got the bottle cap on it. So if it's sitting up on the bookshelf, there's a little detail on there that's going to draw you in that wants to make you keep on turning it around to check things out. But no, we had a lot of fun designing it. I think it came out great overall, and actually it was
and Jenna's vision was spot on. I was thinking more like bookstagram photos in the beginning, I think, and I think Jenna was thinking more cover design. So she just had to kind of like nudge me. She nudged me nicely.
I nudged you nicely.
And,
well, and it helped you were receptive.
You
know, it helped that you were receptive. If you're going to dig your heels in the ground and I can't do anything about it, you know, well, then it's either I have to pull the card and go, I'm going to talk to the publisher.
Yeah.
Because, you know, because the author is choosing very, very bad. And I mean, it happens. You know, it's part of a publishing house. Who controls the end design? You know, you have the cover artist who has to go between walking the path with the author and walking the path with the publisher, and you bring both together and you go, is this acceptable? And they'll either go yay or nay, you know, because they're the ones that front the bill at the end of the day for putting the book out there. Yep. So no, it was a great design. It came together, and actually, you were my true first published book cover design. Even though you came out later, you were my true first. You were before anybody else, I think, came through.
Yes.
And then after that,
you started working on this.
I was working on this, a year ago?
Yeah, it might have been, was it before I even signed the book with FVP, or maybe right after I signed it?
Right after you signed the book. Right after you signed the book, you contacted me for it. And Yeah, so I was working on this before any of the other lovely authors on tonight, before I ever touched your covers. So this one was in the making for a very long time, and we nailed it out of the really quick.
Yeah.
It was
Once
an
it
easy
came
process.
together, it came together easy.
Yeah. It's kind of like you find that great dress and you put it on, you're like, bam, yes, it just fits.
And I love this cover.
Yeah, it came out really good. I'm proud of this cover. And the color and the matte finish. And a lot of people won't know this, so let's throw this out there. Matte, it has a nice smoothie, kind of leathery feel.
Yeah.
And usually, typically, the color's dull, just a smidge. Glossy is usually, it's shiny, so it keeps everything like blacks and everything really, really nice and brighter. But even with that, I mean, the colors on here are still so vibrant. So
yeah, no,
living life full throttle comes at a price. As much as I ever could by Brandy Wood Snow.
I love it. Such a beautiful cover, and I am so grateful that you worked on it. And I definitely think that it has definitely pulled its weight in helping to sell this book. I don't know how many comments that I have gotten back that's like, I love the book and I love that cover. So yeah,
Yep.
it definitely has brought a lot of notice, and I am so ecstatic to have this, and love this. And now I need to get myself I've got one of my first book cover. Now I need to get a big one of this one to put on my wall.
There you go.
So then I have Jenna's art to look at every single day. But yeah, no, if you haven't picked up your copy, pick up your copy so you can enjoy the art and the story. And I'm just grateful that Jena was my cover designer. She did such a beautiful job, and I hope you all love it as much as we do. It was such a fun process, and I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to end videoing, and y'all work with me because this is the first time I've done it on this format. So there could be some learning curve here. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the party, and we'll be around chatting and taking questions. So thank you so much.
Bye.